Okay, so this is a VOD review for the Wicked Hussars for their game one from last Friday. Okay, so um, yeah, you guys go for an invade here. You guys do a good job here. There's not much to really talk about, aside from a few things, which I guess is quite a bit for. Okay, so when you go for this invade, where are we expecting to find our opponent? Okay, where are we expecting people to be? We're expecting them to be here. Maybe in that. Maybe in the bush in the river. Probably not in the river though. Um, because that's like because this like you like that's a long ways to go there, and people generally don't want to walk all the way over there unless they're already going to just go invade anyways. Um, so okay, so we're expecting them to be here. We're expecting them maybe be here. Um, that was a lot brighter. Did I put pen? Okay, that's fine. I actually like that. Okay, we're expecting them maybe to be here. Okay. Um, if they think we're invading, they will stack here. 100%. They will stack right here if they think that we're gonna invade. Um, and then here. These are the places that we expect them to. Okay. We do not expect them to here or here. Reason why we don't expect them to be in these spots is because there's no point to standing in either of these spots. This is not solo queue, guys. You have to remember that in solo queue you will have people standing in these two spots because they're stupid. Um, and these are the spots that people will just die instantly. Um, we're expecting them to 5 point because that's the normal thing to do is 5 point. So we're expecting them to be here. Okay, we're expecting them to be down there. We're expecting them to be maybe in that bush. Probably not in that bush though. If they're in that bush, then we're just dead. Probably depending upon the matchup. Right here, you guys could probably take him anyways. Um, that's where we're expecting them. Okay. So
30 seconds until minions spawn.
watch what happens. Watch what you guys do. You guys go in, you hug the wall, you do fine. So that's fine and all. We charge up that. I don't quite understand. Okay. But then we walk over here and we throw a ward down. They're not going to be there. They have no point of being there. So that ward, pretty pointless. You can throw one down as you're walking out, which will increase the duration of the ward. However, putting one down in there, like thinking that someone's gonna be in there, that's not gonna happen. You guys gotta remember that this is solo queue. Okay. But then we catch Vayne. Okay. This is good. We catch Vayne out.
Minions have spawned.
Which is great. Okay. This is where we have our next problem. So that first ward, is an okay ward to put down because it'll let us know if he's starting blue or not. But we put it down a little early, in my opinion. Like you guys should know that like if you didn't run into anybody going up around here, like if you guys went around and then came up to here, like first off, if somebody's not in that bush all the way up there, then that's like what the hell is going on? Like you guys should be wondering why the hell they don't have somebody sitting there. Um, and that's usually a giveaway that they're invading you. However, it's like if Vayne was not standing in this spot, then that's like a dead giveaway. Like, hey, they're invading us, whatnot. Okay. But so back to this. So, we force a Vayne Flash over wall. That's cool. We then put down this ward right here. We put down this ward, but our ADC is back here. Mid lane's back here. So no one can hit her. So what does this ward do for us aside from let us see that she walks into a bush? Which our Orianna will already know that she walks into the bush. You see what I'm getting at here? This ward doesn't really do anything. It literally gives us 2 seconds of vision. Okay. And then Aura's gonna come in here and throw a ward down to see if Vayne's there. Once again, like at this point it's okay to do this. But the problem, like, we just expended 3 wards, where only one of them was actually used for any actual purpose. And like this one is okay, but what's gonna happen is Hecarim's gonna come over here, and this ward expires a little bit. Sorry, my throat's like really bad right now. I've been doing these videos for you all day. Okay, because this is my second time trying to record this one. But this ward is actually gonna expire before Hecarim gets here. We don't even use the information that this ward provides us really well. Okay, so we just used 3 wards. So who has wards left? Sejuani and bars. So, where do you normally throw wards when you 5 point? Okay, do we know where we normally would throw awards? Pixel brush? This pixel. Those are our normal spots where we have wards at the start of the game. And if I throw it to their view, they don't actually do that. But you'll see most good teams will put wards in the pixel brush. Okay? Which we can end up abusing that, but that's a different lesson. Most good teams will throw wards in the pixel brushes, and they'll do that right before they go to their jungler or go to lane. We don't do that. Nope. Instead, like, I know Jordan DC'd and whatnot, but we should still know, like, hey, we need to throw a ward here. Now we don't have vision here, and Tomek doesn't have a ward, so he's not gonna have vision here. Okay. So now we know Hecarim is not bot. Hecarim is not bot. He has not shown up anywhere over here. Instead, he is top. And we should know that he's top because he's not on his blue. Okay? The call that he started top came like after bot already showed up in lane. Like by the time we all showed up in lane, like that's way too fucking late. And even then, even after we said that Hecarim was top, we didn't do anything with it. Watch what happens. Okay? We say Hecarim's top. Okay? So what should our mid laner do if we know Hecarim's top? Like Hecarim like probably just finished his first camp, but we didn't call out that Hecarim was top until a little bit after right now. Hecarim's already out, already gone. Okay? But our mid laner should be kind of in the position right now. Okay? That's pretty good positioning right now. The reason why is because Hecarim's going to be coming from here. Okay? If Hecarim is coming from here, the further away we are from this side of the lane, the better. So our mid laner should stay on this side until we know Hecarim's shown up. We're on the top side. Which, if Hecarim going to show up on the top side of the map, Hecarim has like two options here. From his red, he can go literally like straight to Scuttle, in which case we wouldn't see him, or he can go like Wolves to Blue. But he's not going to do that because most junglers don't. He's going to either take Raptors or Krugs and then go and take Scuttle. Instead, he just goes straight Scuttle. I don't understand why exactly. But it ends up working out anyways. It doesn't make sense because he has to wait around a little bit. And he should know that Sejuani's bot side anyways, so unless he's like going for an invade. Oh, there's also the off chance that Hecarim like goes around and ganks like this. Either way, still our mid lane should be playing on the bottom side of the lane. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna be focusing on this here. Okay, so Hecarim wards the Pixel Brush now, but we should already assume that they have this Pixel Brush warded. We should assume that they have both Pixel Brushes warded. And those wards will expire approximately around 250. When those wards are placed down, wards will last a minute and a half early on. The ward and the Pixel Brush generally will get placed down at like a minute 20. And so once it hits 2 minutes and 50 seconds, that's when we know that the ward is probably most likely gone at that point. Hecarim puts it down now, so it takes the timing. But yeah. Yeah. We also know right now that our jungle's like not near our mid lane. But what ends up happening is I feel like right. Whoops. I pressed plus instead of P. Okay. Okay. Right here, we're walking up. Or we need to be playing. This is why we need to be playing on this side. Walked over to their side, and Hecarim showed up. We don't have a jungler nearby. So this is what happens. It's a good example of why we need to make sure that we're on the safe side of the lane. Because this happens. This is really big for us because Ori loses all priority mid, and this is gonna end up causing some problems later. We then call out Hecarim's going towards the bot side, and because we don't have this Spectral Brush warded, we don't know that he's actually on Scuttle right now. We don't know where he is. And remember, this ward didn't catch him because it's gone now. Granted, had this ward been placed on later, it would have given us maybe 3 to 5 seconds extra. But at that point in time, we would know, hey, Hecarim's not on blue buff, he's on Scuttle actually. Okay. We know Hecarim's on the bot side of the map. We're kind of playing accordingly to it. There's no blast cone, so the ward in this bush is fine. So yeah. In general, though, when given the opportunity to, good deep wards are here. Kind of where this Hecarim is right now. So here, here, here is okay, but it doesn't really give us much information. Here is okay, we'll get to this later. Here is actually really good. The wolf camp, or of course at section. So if you have time to deep ward, then that's kind of where I want the wards to go. I'm saying it now so that way I don't forget later. It's not really important right now. But yeah, if the blast gun was up, that ward would actually be pretty pathetic. Okay. Oh, my throat's really bad right now. Okay. So nothing really happens. Hecarim's gonna show up, and he only doesn't gank you guys because he's kind of waiting for his bot lane to get in position. So yeah. He fails a gank because of that. This is something I want to talk about right here. So remember what I was talking about, playing to our safe side. the enemy's gonna want to do that too. We're gonna want to make the enemy opposite of that. The enemy should know Sejuani is top side because she started bot. So Azir should be playing on this side of the lane, where he is right now. Okay? We don't want him here, because we're setting up for a gank right now. So we want to force him this side. So that way, when our Sejuani comes in, it's a lot easier to secure kill. So normally what you would do is you'd have your mid move towards the side of the lane that the enemy's on, so that way we force the enemy to the other side, because the enemy always wants to be diagonal. Okay? Because Orianna took such a big trade early from the gank, I guess, she got ganked early and lost a lot of health. Kind of hard for her to do that. He still has you still have barrier though, and you have your E. You have barrier, you have E, and that should be enough to actually get this going how we want it to. So, this scenario, we need to be starting to walk over. Okay, if it means that we have to wait for, if it means that we have to tell Sejuani to wait for the next wave to show up, then we have to tell her to wait for the next wave to show up. Because that ends up that probably ends up making like a really big difference. Okay, so I'm gonna fast forward it a little bit. Okay, right here. Instead of walking, we walk up this way. So Azir's natural reaction is going to just be to walk backwards already. Sejuani, I don't know if she's... So Sejuani doesn't show up yet. Okay, Sejuani shows up now. Okay? Our mid laner just got chunked out though because he didn't use E. And because of where he was standing. Okay? So when Sejuani comes in, Sejuani can't even like get onto Azir without Azir just running away at this one time. Because our mid laner doesn't really have any way to get to Azir. So that's not happening. Okay? Especially because she just got chunked out. And like we're not, I don't get why like we didn't use our ball or anything like to just trade with him. Like literally we could the ball here on top of him, use W, use E to drag it back, and then it'll hit him with all the spells. Okay, but we didn't do that. So when Sejuani comes in, actually I'll show. Okay, so when Sejuani comes in, Azir is going to go this way, or he's going to go this way. Sejuani ends up gap closing because she has to make sure Azir doesn't get away, and then Azir just uses his... So Sejuani is going to Q in, Azir's just going to use his dash to get out. His E or WE. Okay, so so to make this play better, we would normally save our Q on Sejuani to get onto him, but we can't do that because he's just going to walk away. Had we positioned ourselves here as the wave is coming in, Azir has to make the decision to play back here. Like this is pretty much like, I guess like he'd be more like, this is kind of like the range of where he would be. Okay, if we moved Orianna over here. So now if Azir decides to go for a trade, we do our whole combo thing. We have a barrier, so he really can't kill us. Okay? And after he uses his W, that's like perfect for him. Like he uses WQ as such you start trading with him as Sejuani's coming in. So he has to immediately run away or get chunked. And if he he'll get chunked anyways. But if he starts to trade back with you and he doesn't realize Sejuani's coming in, that's when like it's really bad for him and he doesn't have enough time to escape. And we end up making him burn flash. That's not what happens though. Instead, what happens is we Q in and he gets away. And like we saw a flash on Sejuani, so like that play, like you might think, oh well, yeah, I'll just say, but like just in general, like we have flash available. If we had positioned this better, like I talked about, then we also have flash as another way of getting on top of him. Okay, right here, this is really stupid. The enemy has no idea that they can actually like do a shit ton more to you. The only reason that this is actually working out in your favor at all is because Braum is walking up. But he's like not even past Scuttle yet. But Azir doesn't really punish this at all. So Sejuani, so your mid laner doesn't have priority here. Your mid laner is literally like way the fuck over there. Okay? So this fight is realistically a 1v2. Okay? You're gonna chunk him, and what's gonna happen is you're gonna Q onto him. Your Q is your only escape. If Azir literally walks up, he can just chunk the shit out of you. But he doesn't chase you down. So yeah, you get to stay healthy. But just keep that in mind that like your mid doesn't have prio right now. And Azir literally could have been there attacking you a lot more than what he just did. Okay. And then bot lane gets a kill, which is great. I'm gonna go get some water real fast because my throat's really bad. But overall, that play there is good. And at this point of time, we're in a really good position because we won. Like our win condition is our bot lane. Okay, our win condition is our bot lane, and our bot just got 2 kills, which is really good. We're going in and we're invading right now. Okay. We know that their bot lane's dead, so we can be pretty aggressive on the warding here. And we still have like flash and Q up on Sejuani, so it's pretty safe. Like especially Hecarim doesn't have flash, so we're pretty safe to get a ward down here instead of ward here sees all of this. The ward up here lets us know if he's like going here or here. Or if he's like coming from mid into the ward here just ends up being a lot more effective than the ward here. And I went over this earlier about just different wards. An ward here is actually really good. You might think that putting a ward on his wolf camp is counterproductive because it only sees wolf camp. But what it lets us know is what it lets us know is he comes in from here or from here, and it lets us know the direction that he's leaving. Okay, this ward here only lets us know is if he comes straight from mid to go to Scuttle, or to like do a gank, or if he comes from here to do a gank, or if he came from mid lane, it lets us know that he's walking into here. But we should already know that anyways. So yeah. So while this ward does give us information, just a ward here would have been better. Minor stuff, but we're putting in deep wards anyways. So that's good. Okay, so nothing really happens. Hecarim like ends up wasting his fucking time. When he shows back up, he's gonna walk back over this ward right now. Any second. There he is. Okay, so he walks over that. We know that he's here. And you guys think that he's doing his blue buff, but he's just taking Grom. Okay. So what Hecarim did when he came through here, first off, what did I just say about like why a jungler would walk straight through here? Because he's gonna go mid or he's gonna go scuttle. Those are the two things. So he literally walks up here and then runs away immediately. Which like doesn't make any sense because it shouldn't make any. Because he shouldn't have ever done that play to begin with. But he did, and nobody saw this. Even though we're gonna walk over the ward, he put on a pink ward. Which this doesn't really give him the information like, oh, lets us know that Orianna's here. Who the fuck cares? Like, they already know that she's not in lane and she walked down this way. Okay? But, yeah, yeah, let's play that again real fast. Okay, that's one person that's walked over the ward. We're gonna keep track of that number. Because this ends up giving them a lot more information than they need to have. Okay, but in general, remember what I was just talking about? How Orianna could actually like trade with Azir really well. Look at this, pretty even, right? Yeah. Okay. And we have Sejuani here. We also know that Hecarim was on his top side. We didn't know exactly where, but we know that he could be coming. Okay. So forgetting the fact that Sejuani missed her flash Q. And I'm gonna just say that you just weren't expecting Oriel to be positioned as such. This one time, once again, we have to understand that Azir has his Q or WE, his dash, and this is gonna be like it's just another failed gank mid. But at this point in time, Orianna has the advantage over his. Okay. So we're in a really good position. And Hecarim's like trying to show up here, but like he doesn't do shit. And he knows he can. Right now his ear is chunked. He's popping potions right now, I think. But yeah. Our mid is also really low on mana now. 140, that's enough for run rotation. But yeah. Oh. Also, we should probably know his Hecarim's topside now. We saw him run up through here, run back through here, come through here like this. We should know that he's done bot. Like, if he's still bot lane, then he's wasting time. Or bot side, I mean. Especially because his red just spawned. So we should know that he's top. Yeah, that's not exactly communicated. And it doesn't end up making a difference. Tomek ends up just killing Kale anyways. So he ends up winning. He ends up coming out 1-for-1 in a 1v2. But like we should already know Hecarim's topside. So we should already like be looking to like play on the bot side of the map somewhere. Okay. And this is where like things start to become problematic. Because we don't exactly know, like we didn't realize Hecarim was topside early enough. We didn't like kind of start setting this up sooner. Okay, we're right here. All right, so we know Hecarim's topside. We were already somewhat pathing over to here anyways, so that's when it's like, oh, let's go dragon, let's go dragon. I know our mid laner has no mana right now, but our mid laner should 100% stay. Okay, reason being because their mid laner has no help. Like our mid laner either needs to stay or they need to communicate, hey, I'm gonna back. Even like, but you have like flash and barrier up, and you have Ares, so your autos do quite a bit. Yeah, you have area Orianna, your autos do damage. So like by the time like we're in a good position for this, but like the problem is that because Orianna backs, this ends up being a little bit more chaotic, and it was not communicated that Orianna was backing. I feel like, even though we literally called for dragon right here, because I watched the the comms. So yeah, and oh yeah, by the way, let's. By the way, second person that's walked over. Okay. So now they 100% know we're on Dragon because we still haven't cleared this fucking ward. And mid backed. But once again, it's not like communicated that mid backed. Okay? So I feel like everyone here has no idea that Azir's actually just left lane because we have failed to communicate that our mid lane has back. And mid lane is not communicating that hey, Azir's now missing from lane. Okay? So we don't exactly understand the full effect of what's going on. Also, our Braum just used E on Dragon, and just used U on Dragon and W. Yeah, we don't need to expend everything on Dragon. By the way, especially when we already know they're coming up to contest, because it ends up being a big deal. That we don't have like E or W. Alright, so we don't have Orianna here. Which, oh, by the way, just remember what I said about wards here. This ward really needs, because it can see more. All this ward does is see. Okay. So right here, you guys have to be calling, like, I know Mundo's dead right now, and you guys are calling in the T. Like, Mundo gets up, a few seconds goes by, and then he starts the TP. I would like to point out that there is a perfectly good ward back here. And the enemy can 100% see this TP. Just they'll see the animation 100% because their cameras are, like, even if they're on like locked camera, like, let's say, like, this is not exact, but if they're on locked camera, it's gonna look like that. So if they're on locked camera, look at this somewhat. They can see this. They can 100% see the beam of light coming down. Yeah, all they had to do is like literally just look just a little bit. Like, them seeing the TP doesn't really matter because if you see it as well. But the problem is like coming from here is a lot different than coming from here. Okay. Okay. Because what happens is if you come from here, the enemy has to go here or here, and they run into these walls. Okay? So they kind of get pinched. Running from up here, the enemy just walks this way. And that's exactly what happened. Okay. They also know you're coming. That's whatever. Okay? The problem is that they know you're coming from that angle. And we here need to be communicating. Okay, finished. Like, we're finishing Dragon, and then we're turning, or something to that nature. Like we go in and turn so early, but it's just Braum turning, and by the time Mundo gets here, like after they're gone. But once again, if Mundo came to this ward, it would have been a lot different, and we could have been playing a lot more aggressive. Okay. We finally get rid of the ward. Thank God. But I think someone else puts another one there anyway. Yeah. Okay. I don't think anything else happens for a while. Walks most of this. Getting a bot lane and whatnot. Oh, yeah. We're not playing around our bot lane at all, even though they've got 2 kills bot. Yeah. So that's just Like we're not really making plays. And part of it is because like we don't have sweeper on our jungle, and we don't necessarily need sweeper yet. Um, but like at some point in time, like you should swap to sweeper on the jungle just so that way you can control vision. Um, doing a VOD review for you for important messaging. Okay, so that's something that I don't know exactly when you swap to a sweeper. I don't mean jungle. I just know that at some point in time we should end up picking up sweeper, and we never. Okay, so we walk here. We spend 10 seconds figuring out that there's a ward there. And we can't even go behind because they have that warded. Okay, so our jungler's on the top side. I don't know what, like, there's one point in time where like we just do something really stupid here and like walk back. It's stupid. So we know where Hecarim is exactly right now. We're playing safe. We're playing safe. Oh yeah, we had another failed gank. Mid, by the way. Once again, like we're not. It's just no like. Yeah, like all of these ganks mid, we could have gone top, or we could have gone bot with. 1 second. I have to respond to this. Okay. So we're not like we know that our bot's ahead, but we're not really playing to their win condition. This also, by the way, is just like not coordinated. Okay. So something I want to touch on with Braum shield and Ornn ult. It's not like a big deal in this scenario right here, but later on we're gonna see a lot of times where you, oh my god, where what's gonna happen is you're gonna, so I'll show right here. Okay, so okay, you E backwards to stop the ult. That's already hit Jordan. Okay. This situation, it's fine because Vayne's not going to do any damage right now. However, in later situations, in team fights, because your shield is facing the opposite direction, Kayle literally shreds through the entire team. And she'd probably do it anyways, even if you did the shield in the other way. But if you shield when Ornn throws the, if you just use your shield, instead of using it right now, like wait till it gets past you and then shield the other way and shield like in the direction of the enemy. You'll then block damage from them, and Ornn cannot throw his ult back at you because you'll just block it. Okay. I don't know what the fuck happened up here. Okay. I'll just, whatever. That's not a big deal. Okay. So we know Hecarim is offside right now. We see him running over wards. Like, we saw him, like, this is just like, we're not paying attention to the minimap and we're not communicating. Like, we saw him walk through here. He did not walk back. Okay? Oh. Hey. Hi, Grandma. How you doing? Yep, yep. I don't know what his number. Okay. Oh, when your grandma calls, you gotta pick up for her. Okay. So, we see Hecarim. Um, we see Hecarim. We're not calling out, not calling out. Literally, like, we're waiting till here. Like, at this point in time, it's too late. We're gonna end up getting the kill anyways. But yeah. Whatever. A 1-for-1's not bad. Okay. This is not where you ward, by the way. So this needs to be here. As you can see, okay. Okay. This can see. While if we put the ward here, or here, it would see about something like this. It'd see something like this. Which lets us see him on the ground as well. This gets us a little bit more information. So because there's like kind of run into the wall here and cuts that off. Cuts off all the vision. Minor stuff. Okay. What was happening? We're not really, like, once again, we're not really being proactive with our jungle. We're not really trying to force plays. Like, we have flash. Like, and we're getting rift here anyways. This is kind of risky though because we have like no vision whatsoever. Especially like we should 100% know Hecarim might be topside right now because we don't see him on our wards, and in fact he is. This one. Yeah. So fighting top. Okay. The enemy doesn't have their ults up, so we don't have to like. The enemy doesn't have Ornn ult, so we don't have to be so like cautious with holding our Braum shield. Use it a little bit earlier if we want. That's just keeping track of their ultimates. Mid lane just dies. It doesn't matter. Kind of issues aren't like a big deal unless it's a support, in which case I'm gonna say stuff. Or just in bot in general, just because I know that a lot better and coach on that a lot better. Okay. So we know Hecarim's still not bot right now. Like we need to be using this information. And we, like once again, we're not using. We need to be like more aggressive with our jungle. With like if we have an ult up, we need to be thinking, how the fuck are we gonna use it? Like we have Ori ult and Sejuani ult. Like that's a kill mid. That's a kill mid. Like, and if it's not a kill mid, then it's a kill bot. You know, like Dragon's coming up right now. We have 3 ults up. Since Mundo's ult doesn't like count for like team fighting. Oh, I know what the fuck happened here. Okay. But we have like 3 alts up and Dragon's coming up, like, or Dragon is up, and like we could be in position to fight for this. Like it's like super easy because Ornn doesn't have an ult with Braum. Um. So yeah. Okay. So this problem here was because we are fucking greedy. So if I can remember the button, gold. Okay. Oh, X. Okay, perfect. We can see here that Vars has 1258 on him. And we can see that got already 2 pieces of the Play the Rune King. The combined cost is like 700 or 800, I think. So you can already get the combined cost. Your boots are going to cost 1,000 total minus. Yeah, so you can back right now and get Blade of the Rune King and Berserker Grease. You don't do that. Instead, you stay, and they don't even see Braum backing either. They don't even know Braum's backing. Okay, and you were like, oh, they could see you backing, blah blah. No, no, no. They couldn't see him backing. Okay. The problem is that you're staying. The dragon is up. You have an advantage over this Vayne. You have a kill and an assist over this Vayne. You have turret plating gold over this Vayne. And you guys, instead of after you guys pushed, instead of backing, you guys stayed. You stayed because you were greedy. Had you guys just imagine what had happened if you guys had backed. Okay, you only need 1,100 gold to like 1,100 to 1,200 gold to complete the 2 items that you want right now. You already have after you do this. Okay, and if not, then you sell a biscuit that sells for 30. Like, you're winning. Like, biscuits, like you know, like you like, just imagine how much extra, like, imagine how much those items are worth. Okay, and a dragon coming, and a dragon up. Okay, and your team has all this. Your team has Sejuani ult. Stuff. Wait, is Sejuani ult down? Oh, it's just bugged. Okay, it's just bugged. Okay, so okay, yeah, you have Sejuani ult, you have Oregon ult, you have Braum ult. You guys have all the tools that you need. Like, Varus ult would be great, but the enemy, like Zero, doesn't really do much of anything. Ornn ult doesn't do anything. So they have Hecarim ult and Vayne ult. Vayne ult doesn't really stop her from dying to Sejuani. Doesn't stop her from like her ult alone is not gonna get her out of the 3 ults that you guys have available. The main thing to worry about is Hecarim, and that's why you have Braum. Okay. So, had you guys backed before this, you would have had item advantage over them, and you could have just essentially ran straight to Dragon. Okay, actually, yeah, Dragon's spawning right now. And had you just backed, yeah, you just backed with Braum. Did you guys back? You guys should have backed before this in general. It should have happened like 5 or 10 seconds before. But yeah, they see Braum's not here. Braum could be in the brush. They don't know. Yeah. You just didn't respect him. They had no idea Braum actually wasn't there. They just assumed. Probably just because of how you're going. But now, now they get Dragon. Happens here. Oh, yeah. They're just like, I don't know. At this point, it's like we're just not respecting Hecarim, and we like stuttered backwards, back towards the lane, which I don't think made a difference, but whatever. We're once again we haven't really been making any proactive plays on the map right now. Had we been making proactive plays, this would have been a lot different. Okay. We're gonna jump ahead. There's a ward in here again, and it just doesn't get cleared for a while. You see Hecarim's here. So a fight's about to break out. Okay. So right here, let's take into account what's going on. Varus is back here. The only thing Varus needs to do is make sure he pays attention to where the fuck Hecarim is. And Varus now has flash up, and his heal's about to be up, and he has ult. So he should be fine. Especially with how Hecarim is right now. And Hecarim's gonna do something to make that annoying, but still not a big deal. Vayne right now is walking over a ward, and she's rotating up. There is no call out that Vayne's rotating up at all. Okay? Vayne also has, yeah, Vayne doesn't have boots right now. She's gonna take a while getting up there. There's no call at all that, hey, Vayne's rotating up. No call at all. Or Organa is just sitting bot, doing it. That's fine if we call out that Vayne is rotating. Because watch what happens. Okay. So Hecarim goes on to our ADC, who doesn't flash, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna flash after the Hecarim gets stunned by everything. And then Mundo's doing a good job here. That's a good Azir ult from them. We're not really calling out here who the fuck we're targeting. Imagine if we were saying Ornn, and Mundo literally turned around to just get a W tick onto Ornn. He has 31 health, he'd be dead. Azir's getting away, you know. And now we're chasing. And Vayne has walked past another ward, I think. Either way, we still haven't called out Vayne's missing. We haven't said that she's done anything. We just forget that they have a 5th member. Okay, we finally kill Azir. Vayne shows up, and we decide that we can win this fight. Even though we don't have any of our ults. So yeah. Oriana is just splitting. It's like that problem could have been avoided had we been like, hey, Vayne's rotating up. Then we would have backed off before that, before she got to that point. And if we had been calling out who we're focusing in fights, which we normally do a good job, but there it's like we weren't calling it out because we were just kind of confused and all over the place. Had we called it out, Ornn would have died. Okay. So, and this is the point of time where like Sejuani having a sweeper ends up starting to making a much bigger difference because it's another person that can sweep wards out for us. Yeah, I think for the most part, like at this point in time, like you guys are still winning. Like the Kale just has a Nashor's team. Your ADC is ahead, and we're gonna get to the Azir just has Nashor's. We're good, and Braum has Knight's Vow for Varus. Okay, so right now all you guys have to do is fight front to back. If Varus doesn't die in the fight, you win. Okay. Especially because Varus is about to get his 2 item powers back here soon. We do a good job here of killing Hecarim, and yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so we end up taking this, and so that was a good catch, but we need to be like just once again, just more proactive with what we're doing. Right here, we get the turret and then decide, hey, we're gonna stay. And we've also used Braum's shield to help secure turret as well. Like, if Braum's shield is down, we have to know. Just back the fuck off of Ornn. And then that scenario, that's when you block backwards, by the way. Because you're not fighting them in general anyways, you're running away. You want to prevent the slow. Okay, either way, we die. That sucks. And right now, the enemy should literally just be looking to get control in your jungle or Baron. So yeah, when we come back up through here, what I should be seeing is whoever has sweeper run around and sweep out the jungle, and we should be walking in and trying to get control back of the river. Okay? And we don't do that. Nor do we put down any pings or whatnot. And we shouldn't have to, because we should just have to sweep it. There should be no need for us to put pinks in our own jungle when the enemy's nowhere near it. We just have to sweep it. So that's more vision stuff. And right now, you guys are in pretty good control of Baron. Right now, you guys should be, like, remember that you guys have, like, a really, so your ADC is, like, super far ahead of Vayne. Vayne, like, having Rageblade and Bork is, like, a really big deal. Your top is doing really well. Sejuani, you need to learn, you need to look up a build for Sejuani. Because you don't get Iceborne. You get Warmog second, 9 times out of 10. And yeah, okay, so we have a really good advantage here. So what I want to be seeing from us right now is like, okay, our bot lane is pushing up. This is exactly what we want, because we want to pressure them so that way we can get Baron, okay? What we want to do here is we want to force them into a scenario where we win a fight. And that essentially means either we're grouped and they like have to face check us, or they send somebody to bot lane in this case, and we fight them in a 4v5. We really don't do that. In fact, we don't do much of anything. We don't try to get vision down, like right here. Vision here would be nice. I don't know if we have any up. We have one ward, we have a bunch of control wards. But like we literally had Braum standing over here. And he could have dropped his ward there. But yeah, making sure that we have vision control is like really important. I get that their ward is their turret's up here. But you guys should be able to force them off. Homework is actually in a really good position right here. Azamundo, like with how he is, he can literally come around and flank as you guys are starting a fight. Okay? So we don't exactly know where Hecarim is, but we know Hecarim's not here. We can assume he's nearby. Once again, we're playing really passive, and Ori just blows her ult. I don't know why. But like, it's like I don't like Azir has no health. Gale is half health. Hecarim's not really with them. We don't need to be playing like pussies. We can just be playing more aggro. And this helps like especially like right now. Like, Azir has nothing. And, like, I don't care. I don't want you guys to, like, die for shit. But, like, you guys go and make the play to go and get Baron, which is good. So the enemy's going to show up. We block the ult. Okay, that's really good there. Kill Hecarim. That's good. We missed that. That's bad. Tomek is kind of going a little bit too far out because his team is way over on the other side. And he flashes out. That's fine, that's fine. And then Azir gets a really good ult off, but it shouldn't make a difference. Now at this point, You guys should still win really hard. Yeah, you guys win really hard. Okay, that's good. That's really good. And then you guys push down mid. That's good. And you guys back off. Okay, that's really good. So now, what happens is Mundo goes top. This wasn't exactly communicated, because you guys go the dragon. And it's an Ocean Drake, which doesn't exactly do anything for you guys. It helps a little bit for sieging. But what we have to remember is that our ults are down right now, right? And right now, we have no vision of the dragon or their jungle, okay? So going for dragon here is an extremely risky play because of the fact that we don't have vision. Okay, so the first thing that we have to do is walk up, like... I want this ward here needs to be here. That way it can see more of what's going on. Because this sees that. Okay. So we see that they're here, right? We see that they're here and they're clearing this out. So we're back to having no vision, essentially. We know that somebody's over here. We don't exactly know how many people are. We also know Hecarim's missing, and we know we can safely assume Hecarim is not going to be topside when the dragon's up. You just kind of have to like just take a second and be like, why would Hecarim be top right now? He's got no reason to be top. So he's coming right here. Okay, we see this. Okay, right here. So let me try going back a second. Okay. That was interesting. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna play this slow. Okay, we see Orin is right here. Okay, that's whatever. We saw Hecarim go into the bush. Okay? We see Hecarim running up. We see Hecarim on our ADC. We see Hecarim literally on our backline. We still have a Sejuani that hasn't ulted yet. Like, as Hecarim's running up, we know 100% he's aiming for our fucking ADC. So what do we need to do? We need to protect our ADC at all fucking costs because he is our entire fight. Okay? We also know we do not have a Mundo, so we need to do whatever we can to disengage. Okay? This Ocean Drake is not worth losing Baron. So this scenario, we need to use whatever we can. We need to Braum ult to stop the engage, or we need to Sejuani ult to stop the engage. We need to use something to get out of this, or Varus ult to stop the engage. We have 3 tools that can be used as disengage, and we don't use anything. Okay, so we lose this fight. Yeah. We never had to go for this either. Thing is like, if we're going for Baron here, we might as well have told Mundo to be with us anyways. To secure it. Like, you guys are at a point now where you guys are so far ahead at this point. Well, you're not that far. You're only like 1.5k. But you're ahead enough where Mundo can come help with Dragon, and then he can go bot lane, or something. Like, we need it. Like, think of it like in terms of like, what does Ocean Drake give us, compared to like just pushing. Okay, and it's something that's a little bit more technical, but like, we need to just make like faster plays, faster decisions here, and smarter. Like, you need to just be making faster and smarter decisions. Oh, but the game's not done yet though. The thing is that the enemy sucks. The enemy sucks a lot. And because I have to go soon, I'm gonna make this a lot faster. There's not a whole lot that happens. You guys get a good pick here, and that's really good. And you guys have like a really, really good advantage here. At this point in time, though, after you get this inhib, you guys could have if you wanted to press your advantage for Nexus turret. But you go for another inhib, which is completely fine. This is a much safer play. And then it ends up getting you more anyways. At this point in time, you have two inhibs, you have mid and top inhib. Everyone needs to be bot. Everyone needs to be bot. There's no need to be anywhere else. And remember, you're on a fucking time limit because Kale's about to hit level 16. Everyone, like, the game's gone on long enough now where you're in trouble. But it's not over. Okay, so everyone just needs to be bot. We need to have vision. Okay. Okay. Good. And we need to be proactive. Okay. So right now, we see Kale is top. We see Tuar mid. And we know Hecarim is over here, and we know Azir is here. Okay, so we know that there's really only two people here. We need to be like, there's only two people here. Let's play fucking aggro because all our ults are up. Okay, that doesn't mean like I want like Sejuani to literally like flash Q over wall because no one can follow up. Obviously, that'd be stupid. So that means like, hey, they're not grouped right now. Let's use that to our advantage. Mundo's walking up, poking. This is good. Walking up, getting a lot of fucking damage in. Okay. We don't have Braum WQ right now. That's a small thing. That's not a problem. It's more like something that we have to keep in mind. Okay, we get turret, then we use shield, which means, hey guys, we need to back off. And there's not a call to back off exactly. Thing is though, is that the Ornal actually like doesn't do anything. The problem comes when Hecarim shows up. That's when the problem comes. Because our ADCs already used ult to engage. And it's pretty much just like we used Braum's shield and we didn't back off. We have... Okay, so... I said this to you guys earlier, after you guys had your last loss. When you guys are losing, your best option for coming back in the game is to fight around like Inhib or Nexus. That's exactly what they did here. Exactly what they did here. Okay? Because the thing is that it's on you guys to make a move. It's on them to make a move. But all the pressure is really on you guys. Because they should, like, if they're a good team, they should know, like, yeah, you guys are going to choke through, and, yeah. You guys are, like, in a choke point, essentially. Okay? All you guys have to do is literally wait for minions and not fight at all. You only fight if somebody's like, obviously, like if somebody like walks up to where like Sejuani can just like ult them and then you can follow up of all your ults. Like that's like, so if you can start with a pick for your fight, then that's fine. But if you can't, then you just like gotta respect them and play around your minions when you have Baron. And then from there, let me go to the... you guys, wanna fight, you're down, you miss Varus, you gotta, once again now, you're down, like, your ults, and Kale's at her level 16 mark now, right, so right here, you guys should be more or less fine. So right here, big thing. So Tomek blocks the ult backwards, which in this case is fine. But how do you guys like not like? Oh, okay. Blocking the ult backwards is fine here. So Tomek, not Tomek, support player, worthy, whatever. He blocks he uses shield backwards, which blocks the ult, which is fine because you guys are trying to escape, so you don't want to get slowed. If you guys didn't care about getting slowed, and you guys wanted to just fight, then he'd do the forward shield so that way he couldn't throw the ult back. Okay, so that's fine. The problem right here is that you guys just walked back in. So after trying to get out, you guys just go back in anyways, and it defeats the purpose. And so it gives Kale all the time she needs to walk up, and then she shreds through you. So your support did a good job, and then you guys trolled and walked back up. Also, Jordan standing still auto-attacking. But it's not a big deal at this point. He's dead anyways.
Red team quadra.
And yeah, that's game. And Kale's just hit her. I think you guys just get caught here. Yeah. It doesn't matter at that point. You guys get caught and that's over. So hopefully that helped. I have to go though. And my voice is gone.
Blue team's turret